Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to work the problem on the back. Again, it's just a review, very similar to what we did. So here's the deal. A random sample of 100 adults was asked if they would pay for a monthly subscription that they do not use, like a magazine app or online program. Many do because they've never taken the time to cancel subscription. A 95% confidence interval for the proportion of adults who pay for subscriptions they do not use is 0.352 to 0.458. So we want to interpret the confidence interval. So first thing, this is the confidence interval, 0.352, comma, 0.548. That is my confidence interval. So interpret this confidence interval. Well, it's a 95% confidence interval, 95% confidence interval. So what I'm going to say is we are 95% confident the interval from 0.352 to 0.548 captures the true proportion of adults who pay for subscriptions they do not use. So let me kind of show you where I pulled this from. It says 95% confident. That's going to fill in my blank here, 95% confident. We need to grab the numbers from somewhere. I got 3.52 to 4.58. I got 3.52 to 5.48. And then the last part is context. And I'm going to say proportion of adults who pay for subscriptions they do not use, true proportion of adults who pay for subscriptions they do not use. So that is going to be kind of like a Mad Lib boilerplate sentence that we're gonna use a lot of. The next thing is calculate the point estimate. To calculate the point estimate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two extremes, 0.352 plus 0.548, and I'm going to divide it by 2. And when I do that, I'm going to get 45%. And to calculate the margin of error, I'm going to take the difference of the two. I'm going to take 0.548 minus 0.352 divided by 2. And that's going to give me 0.098. So what that tells me is the following. I could also write this confidence interval. So one way to write the confidence interval is like this. Another way to write the confidence interval is like this, 0.45 plus or minus 0.098. And then the question says, based on the survey, a reporter claims that a majority of adults continue to pay for monthly subscriptions they do not use. Use the confidence interval to evaluate this claim. Well, majority means more than 50%. That's what majority means. So looking at my confidence interval, again, here's my confidence interval, 0.352 to 0.548. Is 50% in that interval? Is more more than 50% in that interval? Well, if we look at this, this interval captures values both above and below 50%. So in this case, do we have evidence to support this claim? Well, in this case, we don't have evidence to say that it is true because it has numbers below. So we can't support it because values greater than 50%, or I'm sorry, less than 50% are in it. But we can't really fully refute it. We can't refute it fully because values greater than 50% are in it. So what we would have to say is this confidence interval really doesn't give us enough evidence to really draw a conclusion one way or another. I mean, realistically, if you're asking push comes to shove, more than 50% is in this interval. So, you know, you can't say that they're wrong. You can't say that they're wrong yet. They can't say that they're wrong yet. So that's kind of how we handled these questions. So again, I ask you to please practice these problems when I give you the problems to practice. It's pencil to paper is really going to help you out on this one. And please let me know if you have any questions.